been around for over 100 years, and throughout that time there have been many technological advancements to improve quality and increase audiences. The introduction of sound and colour in the 1930s and 40s, or blockbuster cinema in the 1950s to combat the introduction of television, are good examples. But until recently, there has not been such a fundamental shift in the way films are being made and received, not just by film producers and directors, but by everyday people who now have the tools to create and exhibit their own stories in digital formats.
Well, with the advances of digital technology, it's allowed us to make this film a lot more cheaply than obviously doing it on proper film. And also the editing suites were really, really easy. We got into the university suites and the technology was all there for us and readily available whenever we needed it.
It's very exciting to see that people can tell their own stories, because this has meant that, you know, beginning filmmakers don't have to go through some of the production houses to tell stories. They can actually take their video cameras, which now the quality is fairly good on them. They can go out and with a few friends and a lot of kind of peer contribution to the film, they can make a story and they can actually position it within one of the film festivals, and it can be seen and commented on, and it becomes a different kind of training.
The new technologies are not only making it cheaper to make films, which enables younger emerging filmmakers to get a chance to break in, because it used to be a bit of a closed shop before.
And the experimentation that goes on is really exciting. The sense of empowerment is really exciting too. And the sense that filmmaking is no longer a privileged kind of occupation, but has actually been democratised. That's exciting.
Through the Media Resource Centre, we have had filmmakers producing films over a couple of days, and they've been very high quality. And it gives people the opportunity to produce something of very high quality in a very short space of time.
The quality of the films now being made with the new HDV formats, for instance, obviously the quality is not as good as shooting on 35mm, and there is, I think, a tendency for people to be not as disciplined as you are when you're shooting on film.
I think, really in the end, they're all tools. And it just comes down to the calibre of the team, story, content is king.
It's an interesting example of filmmakers working with technology such as video is Cliff Stenders and Christian Mollier's Boxing Day.
When we looked at Boxing Day was going to be a film that used non-actors playing variations on themselves and a couple of actors. It was going to be completely improvised around a 10-page scenario. The location that we chose had to be able to be used 360 degrees, so the cameras had to be able to go everywhere, the actors had to be able to go everywhere, inside and outside the house, and the director was also going to shoot the film, so the only way he could get in amongst the actors and get in access to this location was shooting it digitally.
And action. Okay. Be honest.
I touched her, I didn't hit her, I'm sorry.
I'm not kidding. I'm killing with this. Alright. Just tell me what you've done in my book.
Yeah, no, I promise you, I just touched her, I just touched her. I only touched her.
With the growing availability of cheaper and better quality equipment for shooting and editing videos, does that mean anyone can now create cinema?
I think the craft of filmmaking and what filmmaking is about has never changed despite the technological revolution. It is a storytelling medium, and what engages with an audience is stories and characters. So irrespective of what medium you actually shoot on, it still boils down to that craft of storytelling and narrative.
Even with the technology as being as available and as cheap as it is at the moment, I don't think that anybody can be a filmmaker. I think that you really need to have that creative feel for the film. You need to have an idea. You need to also have really good organisational skills to get a team together, especially if you're an amateur and you're not paying people, which we weren't. So we kind of used all of the people that we knew, used their friends and got them into it, and we got a really good base going by the end.
But that was 18 months ago. And now I have to move on. I have to finally let go. I have to stop being in love with you.
And I think that people will emerge, filmmakers will grab the cheapest camera that they can find and make great films, and they're still going to be anomalies.
I wouldn't say that there are better films being made now than there were 40 years ago simply on the basis of technology. It comes down to the filmmakers themselves and the ideas and how they use those tools. So I don't think digital technology has really had any significant impact on the quality of films. It's simply changed the way that good filmmakers tell their stories.
People have suddenly decided that they've got stories to tell. They don't want others to tell them. They want to tell them themselves. And now they have not only the consumer electronics that makes that possible, but they've also got the platform, the distribution platforms.
You can use digital technology to make a wedding video. It doesn't necessarily make you a feature filmmaker.